All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to Everything NYJ. I am one of your hosts, Gino Pagano, and we have a very special guest with us tonight. It's like a late night update talk,
Midnight.
right? And this is Justin Gray. What's up, my friend?
What's going on, guys? How are you, Gino?
I'm
How we doing
doing
tonight?
I'm doing good. It's been a very busy day. We've had a lot going
Very
on
busy.
today.
Oh yeah, for
A
sure.
lot going on. Well,
Kwon, baby, Kwon.
let's get it, man. I'm so excited.
Hit the Kwon.
I'm excited. It's gonna be cool with with Quincy Williams and then CJ Mosley, and then hopefully when they both stay healthy, Mosley and Alexander, I think it'll be a great combination with Salah coming in the mix as well.
Sure.
It's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. As me and you have talked before, it's been a long time since the Jets have had a winning season.
Oh God, too
For,
long.
right, and I feel like now the last 3 years we've been building something, really great. Except the Gay stays, as we know, the Gay stays.
Hey, he brought us Douglas, so
Exactly.
supposedly,
Supposedly, when he was general manager, right at the time.
right, for a day, and then didn't he release Darren
Exactly. Yeah.
or no, he traded him. He traded him.
Gase.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he got fired and then he went to a high school. Like he got demoted to high school. Adam Gase, right? Yeah, because
That's NYJ Matt's rumor that he ran with.
Oh man, that's funny. because he wanted control of all the offense.
No, I'm pretty positive. Like he was GM for a day. I'm pretty positive he traded Darren Lee to the Chiefs.
Who?
I'm pretty positive he traded Darren Lee to the Chiefs. I'm pretty positive. I'll have to look that up, but
Yeah. Okay. No. That is true. He did. he did. But I'm talking about when Gase got fired.
oh,
He's now doing high school like coaching now.
no, it's fake.
Oh, you think so?
No, NYJ Matt made that up. Yeah.
Well, hey, you learn
Yeah,
something new every day, right?
he made that up and ran with it.
Dang. Well, when I see him on this podcast,
When you get him on the podcast, he'll tell you that story. But yeah, there's so many people that wrote articles and shit all about that. It was hilarious. It was like Lincoln High School or something. Yeah, that was all made up.
Oh my gosh. Now I feel like a fool.
Nah, you're good, man. You're good.
But all right, so we're gonna talk about like the good things that happened today, the shaky things that have happened today. I know, the defense won day two. The
Yep.
offense was kind of shaky a little bit. I know Becton, was looking kind of shaky, but he took all the reps. He did all the hard work.
Right.
I know the heat was kind of an issue as well, but I mean, he's just getting to know the other side, right tackle and stuff.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on what Becton did today?
I'm not worried, to be honest with you. You can't. I think Salah alluded to it when he hit his presser. You can't really get a gauge on offensive line, defensive line until they have pads on.
Exactly.
So right now, the D line's going to have an advantage over them. The offensive linemen, they have nothing. If you look at if you look at every NFL snap, just about somebody on the offensive line's holding on every single play. So
Yeah.
not having pads on, there's really, it's hard for the offensive line to do their job. Plus, it was like 80 something out today, very, very humid in the New York, New Jersey area, very humid, hot. Plus, it was only his second practice in an entire year. And then, back to his size and everything. So, no, I'm not concerned right now. Maybe next week if they get in the pads and stuff and he starts getting beat. I'll be there on Tuesday, so I'll be able to see it up close and personal and see how he is. But we'll have to see. I'm not worried about it or anything now. But you're right, he is learning a new position. He played a little bit at Louisville, but it's a much different animal in the NFL.
Right.
So we'll have to see. But it'll be an adjustment period for sure. Same with Vera Tucker too. He's also learning a new position at the same time.
Right.
But I'm not really concerned right now, to be honest.
I'm not either. It's one of those things where he took all the reps, he did all the work, and I think what's funny, with Rich Samini, I went back and forth on Twitter. I thought that was really funny. I like him a lot. I'm a fan of Rich, but that was just so funny.
Well,
Back then, did
so
that. You know what I mean?
knowing somebody that was there today, he took a couple water breaks. Like he didn't he was
Right.
in for all of the team drills.
Right.
During the individuals, he took a couple water breaks, but he was
Right.
fine. He was fine.
Exactly.
He muscled through it. I think his mom commented on one of my posts on Twitter, so we had a little bit of an exchange. Nothing crazy. Just talking about Rich, just obsessing about Mackay. Um, so if you want to check that out, you can look at that tweet. But there's like a little thread with her on there. She's a really nice lady. But no, Mackay.
Yeah,
I think Mackay will be fine.
I
Rich.
agree.
I think Rich is just out there. I don't know if he's just purposely being negative, but he I know there's like the thing with him and Mackay, and Rich doesn't like it, so we'll see how that plays out. It's kind of reminds me of Manish Mehta and Muhammad Wilkerson.
Yeah.
So those two used to have a thing back and forth, and I can kind of see it right now with Rich and Mackay. So we'll see how it plays out throughout the summer.
It's kind of like what Connor Hughes when he went on Green Bean when they had a feud.
I remember that. I didn't see the podcast, but I know they. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Connor is a good dude. I talked to Connor
yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Connor as well, and I know they had like some beef, and he was a good sport. I mean, I
Connor
saw the
takes things.
podcast.
He says that he tells what he sees, and he believes in what he believes in, and he does his job well. Obviously he got a promotion, so happy for him. But
sure.
no, Connor's great. I mean, it's nice still having him covering the team, and
Oh, for sure.
So, but yeah, Green Bean. I don't know what the beef was that, but
Yeah, I just remember hearing something a little bit about it.
I'll be seeing him at the opener because I think he's going to be in the jet lounge where we're staying at in the hangar suite for the opener. So that'll be fun.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, shout out to the Jet Lounge, and it's gonna be really cool. I heard a lot of big people are coming in, like Buffalo Jet. I know it's gonna be.
Yeah, Matt O'Leary, Richie from NYJ Media will be there. Wayne Corbet's going to stop by.
Yeah, that's
Tony Richardson will be stopping by. Damian Woody's and his wife are actually going to be in the suite with us, so they're actually going to be in there the whole time.
cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. A lot of giveaways, raffles, memorabilia going out. So a lot, Fireman Ed's going to be there. Joe Benino.
Oh, cool.
So a bunch of Jets diehards. So it'll be fun.
Oh, for sure. I love hearing that stuff. So what about so you got John? I'm always looking out for new people, and I know you probably are too. Jonathan Marshall, I always said is a name to look at, along with Brees Hall, Ashton Davis, Sherm, Huff, and I mean the list can go on and on and on. I think as of what they're doing right now, I think they're doing like really good. Huff had a good day at 3 sacks.
Yep.
And going off back then a little bit. I think it's going to be great competition. Because you got 17 guys on that specific position with the outside linebacker. But when you give competition in there, because we haven't had competition in a long time, so it's with defense.
No,
with the defense
Yeah.
and offense, if you want to count that.
I mean, there's position battles all over the place where I think like Brees Hall, Michael Carter.
Exactly.
You got the tight end group. Is it going to be Uzama? Is it going to be Conklin? I think Conklin, personally, I think he'll be the tight end one.
Exactly.
I think Uzama will be used more in the red zone. But Ruckert's going to be used a lot. I think they might use him in a fullback role, kind of like what Nick Bowden does. So I don't know, I'm not sure what's going to happen with Bowden, but I'm sure he probably will still make the 53 as the fullback. But no, I'm excited. There's a lot of battles. Defensive, like you said, the defensive line is huge.
Yeah.
There's going to be someone that gets cut.
Yeah.
That some people think that maybe shouldn't have, but it's definitely going to happen. If I were to guess, though, I have a feeling it could be Nate Shepard. I know Saleh really likes Shepard.
Yeah.
But
I'm hearing
looking
more
at
about
everybody on that roster, because like Vinny Curry, like
he's a fan favorite.
well, Curry's an edge and
Right.
Shepard's a tackle, but still, I just don't know where you can fit him. I don't know. If you look at the roster right now, that's so deep, like you said. And they drafted Jonathan Marshall, so
Right.
I don't think they're just going to give up on him right away. So
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that. I agree 100.
I know he was a late round pick. He was like a 7th round pick, but still, there's still some upside, I think, with him.
I 100% agree. And I'm glad that they're doing with Fant, that you're taking him slow. He did do like some stuff, but I'm really happy that they're kind of
They're
like
just easing
gradually.
up. They're easing them
Yeah,
back. Yeah.
yeah.
There's no
I'm glad
reason
that
to
they're
rush
doing
them.
exactly. It's the same thing with Becton. You don't need to rush these guys. They're not in pads yet, and also they just came off the pup list, so it's
Yep.
good. I'm glad that they're all like doing that, and I think we can all agree that even though Zach Wilson, didn't have the best day, he did he scrambled, but he didn't give up the ball. He did his thing with one out of bounds. But he did make some good throws. He shined with Elijah Moore,
Yep.
especially with Wilson and
One
stuff
one
today.
one-handed catch from Elijah with DJ Reed all over him too.
All over him.
It would have been a
Cool.
sack according to Connor, but play
Right,
play
right.
goes on. Play goes on. Zach flick of the wrist, beautiful bomb down the sideline. Elijah one-handed catch with DJ Reed all over him.
Yeah.
Great play, probably the best play so far. It's only the second day, but that would be the best play so far.
And we could
What I've noticed, and well, I haven't been there yet, but
yeah,
what I've heard is Zach is much more comfortable. He's going through his progressions way faster than last year,
agreed. Yeah.
and
Appreciate
he's not making like bad decisions with the ball yet. Like
Yeah.
I think DJ Reed got on the first day. It was on a diving interception in the red zone. So I heard it was more of a great play on DJ Reed's part the first day and that red zone interception than a bad throw. Um, but from what I'm hearing, he's making all the right like throws.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he's getting the ball out. And I've heard he's threw a couple on the sidelines, like just threw it away instead of
Right.
you know trying to take a sack or something like that.
Which is really good on his part with his progression, because that's all that we want is just progression, and everyone talks about how big he is right now. Going through the progression with Salah, everyone's very
Yeah.
happy with him.
McGovern, I think McGovern had a press conference that was talking about his command in the huddle. He's
Exactly.
very adamant and confident and knows what's going on in the offense right now. Compared to last year, McGovern said he was fumbling through some of the terminology and some of the plays during
Right.
this time.
Right.
So he's much way well ahead than where he was a year ago.
And also in today's press conference, especially what Corey Davis said today, that he is just more. He knows what he wants, and he will tell you.
Well, he's more comfortable with
Away.
these guys now.
Exactly, and then also the veteran leadership with Barrios and Corey Davis, especially what he said today in his press conference. That's what you love to see, and that's what you want. Like,
Yeah, I mean Zach, right off the bat, I think Zach proved it to his teammates. He's not gonna make you come to him to work out. He's gonna go to you. He went to Tennessee.
right.
He worked out with Corey. He worked out with
Exactly. Florida with Barrios.
Yep, they were in Arizona. They were in Arizona with Mims, Jeff Smith, Elijah Moore was there. They were in Miami with Barrios, Michael Carter, Moore again. I mean, so he's been traveling everywhere. Yeah. Conklin had said he has practiced with him as well. So I mean, he's been all around.
I love the shirt. What CJ is on my can.
Yeah,
Dope.
I bought the shirt.
Oh, you
So
did?
yeah,
Oh,
shout out
dope.
to Zach Wilson is good. They're actually selling it on their on the Is Good I think website, and that's where I got it from. It's like $25, not too bad.
Oh, it's not too bad. I love that.
So that should be here in a couple of days.
And I think I think overall going back to the offense, I love what Michael Carter said today about Brees Hall, and just
Yep.
and just what Brees Hall and Carter have done together so far, comparing to what Carter wants to do with a legend with Curtis Martin.
I love that he brought up that. Yep.
It was amazing, because I know us Jets fans are really Curtis Martin is our guy. Like we love him, and we love everything he's done.
He's on the pedestal for sure.
I agree, and I love that Brees Hall, and especially with Sauce Gardner and Wilson, all the rookies, honestly, asking a lot of questions, getting to know the offense, getting to know everyone, and there's just no drama, and that's what you want.
Nope.
Because
these are Joe Douglas guys.
Exactly, and Salah.
Salah. They have their fingerprints are all over these. Yep, all over these players.
And I think Alexander's going to fit right in. It's
going. Oh yeah, Kwon knows. He just played with Justin Hardy. Him and Justin Hardy were close. So they have familiarity with each other. Then you go back to the San Francisco days. I believe Lakin was there, so he already knows Lakin.
Exactly. Right.
DJ Reed was there. I don't know if they were cross paths at the same time, but
He
then
was
you have
only there.
Solomon Thomas was there. I'm not sure if they cross
Exactly.
paths.
Exactly. Yes. Thomas.
Marcel Harris. Harris is a little bit of a younger player.
Exactly.
I'm not sure if they cross paths. So there's, and then obviously the coaching staff
Right.
was all there.
Them, yeah.
Yep. So I think Quano's gonna be fine. From the videos that I've been seeing, like workout, I know it's workout videos, but from what I'm seeing, he looks good, man.
I agree.
He looks good, and he started, I think 8 out of the 10 last games for the Saints last year. Started and played 80% of the snaps. He had about 3.5 sacks, I believe. And was just all over the football. He had a nice diving interception last year that I saw. I think he's, as long as he's healthy, he'll be a fantastic addition. I don't know if he's going to start right away, but he's a great piece on this team.
I agree 100%. It's nice because that's where I wanted was a linebacker. I want a linebacker and a lineman. I know me and you have talked a lot about that's kind of like what we want to from.
Yeah, they need another offensive tackle, a backup tackle.
Exactly.
They were in on Riley, but the money was too high.
Yeah, then he went to the Bears and got 20. No, sorry.
He got starting money.
Yeah, he got 13
million. Yep.
And then but only 10.1 is guaranteed. So it was
that's still a lot for him.
Oh, for sure. No. I'm just saying. I think the reason why he went to the Bears is because the Bears have a lot of money. They can give it, and I think the Jets. Like I think for me, with the Jets with Riley Reith is they re-signed Isaiah Williams, but I think they're still trying to look for solid.
There's still a handful of names out there. I haven't looked on like
there is, yes,
but I'm pretty sure there's still a handful of guys out there.
And not only that, like Moses last year, we got him a week or two before the season. It's like you never know what cuts and trades. I feel like Joe D is still stirring up.
Oh yeah, he's never gonna stop working. Never.
Yeah, and that's why people. And one of my next things we'll talk about is he brought in a fourth quarterback. So it's like, and he did pretty good with the Cardinals. And he did pretty good with CFL.
He's gonna. Yeah, I think he's more going to be the training camp guy. I think Salah actually mentioned it in the presser that he's just going to be an arm for training camp or for preseason games. I think they're going to. I don't think Zach's going to play much at all. Like I think he'll play. It's hard to say. I think he's only going to play a few quarters. Like nothing crazy.
I am predicting Flacco and White are going to play.
Yeah, I think they're going to take it easy on Zach, but I think he'll play. I think. It's hard to say, but I don't think he'll play as much as he played last year's preseason. If I'll put it like that.
I agree 100%.
Like 2-3 quarters a game, no, that's not happening.
No. And then more updates. Jimmy Rucker is still in injury.
He's still rehabbing. What he did at the Senior Bowl.
It was the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
And then Tevin Coleman's still on. He's just Salah mentioned this today and yesterday that he just has an illness, but he'll be fine. But looking forward to the battle. Breece Hall had a very good day today. He was one of the highlights.
That's my rookie of the year right there.
I agree.
I strongly think he's winning as long as Breece can stay healthy, which obviously like any player. He's something, man. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good. Watching his tape, holy cow!
I love it. You know what he reminds me of, and I know he was number 28, with Iowa State and stuff. But
Adrian Peterson.
No, honestly, because so I'm from St. Louis, and I've watched the Rams grow up my whole life.
Marshall Faulk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of him.
He's like a mix. Breece is like a mix of guys. Like I can see like his patience reminds me of Le'Veon's patience in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
He glides when he runs too. He's fast. He's like a 4.3 40, right?
Exactly, and especially with LT, he kind of reminds me of LT a little bit.
He's like a gazelle, man. He's the home run hitter I'm not that Michael Carter can't be a home run.
Oh no, hitter. He saved our ass last year.
But
MC
should have had. He got tripped up like 2 or 3 times on long runs. I'm like, oh my god.
I
So
know.
I know Carter
Ugh.
said he wanted to get a little faster this summer, so he could avoid that last second tackle. But Brees, when he gets out in the open field, he's gone. There's no catching Brees. He's gone. So when that first happens, that dude, if it happens at MetLife Week 1, oh,
We're all gonna go crazy.
we're gonna go nuts.
It's what you want. It's what we needed.
He was a steal of a draft pick.
Oh,
I didn't
agreed.
think he would be a Jet at all. Like I thought the Bills were going to take him in the first round
Same. Agreed.
because they needed a running back.
Deep.
They needed another like
Yeah,
speed
him and
threat.
Moss, and then they brought in
They got Cook.
yeah, they got Cook, but
They drafted Cook. The Bills wanted Brees. If you look at, there's a video of them
yeah, I know the video.
conference, and they were really upset when the Jets took him.
And the thing about that is, they have Moss, they have Singletary, but they still have
Matt Breida.
Breida. They still have Breida, so it's like they definitely you don't know if Breida's even gonna make the team or not. So it's like they need that third one just in case because Moss has been injury prone as we've seen, and I think Cook, coming in, still a great player, but he's not Brees in my opinion.
He's not Brees. Brees
Brees
was the running back one, and
exactly.
I don't want to put numbers on him because
I know a lot of people
I don't want to label him. I don't want to do that, but
right.
He
But
could have
exciting.
it's hard. I hate saying this, but he could have a Jonathan Taylor type of impact. I don't know if he's going to put up those type of numbers, but he could have that like game-changing impact for the Jets like immediately.
Agree.
Michael Carter's still going to play quite a bit, but once Brees gets his feet wet and he's rocking and rolling, I was it today that he had a one-handed catch today, contested. He's just does it all. He's past pro. He's great. So yeah, high hopes for him.
Especially the drills they did today. He was very good coming off the right side. And when they hike goes on the right side, it was like you said earlier, a gazelle. He did very well.
He is the way when his strides when he hits the hole like he's gone. And then when he does like in space, from what I've heard from some of the guys that have been at practice, his agility is crazy. Like his suddenness, like to burst and hit the hole, and then his like to make the second, third guy miss. Mm-hmm. You're gonna like the. I don't know. I don't think he's done the spin move yet. His spin move.
He hasn't, but I've seen him do it. It's awesome.
He does it quite a bit actually. He
does. Yes.
A lot of the plays that I watched from him, and when I watched his tape, he does it quite a bit. So when he hits that spin, that's gonna be fun to watch.
And definitely, and moving forward with the padding.
Monday.
I'm glad that they're doing on Monday, but today, the O linemen, the defensive line, the linebackers, and the tight ends that are wearing.
Correct. They have to. That's a mandatory thing across the NFL. Yep.
Exactly. I'm actually happy that they're taking that more seriously. I know some coaches and players are up and down about it.
It looks stupid, but it's one of those things where if it's going to avoid concussions and stuff like that, the players signed off on it. Like the CBA, exactly. They all had to sign off on this, so they got majority of the vote anyway. So,
and I'm perfectly okay with it, but I think
it's not a big deal. They have to wear them until leading up until the second preseason game. I think after the second preseason game, they don't no longer have to wear them in practices. But as long as they make it through the second preseason game, I'm pretty sure that goes away.
Correct. You are correct, but and it's good as well. And also, I think when it comes to the padding overall, as me and it's safety. I know it's been back in the day.
It used to be way different. It used to be way
different. Like Mike Westhoff, like we talked about Mike Westhoff, like he said the stuff that he would do now is illegal, and they changed everything because of that.
So I would see every single one of his practices too back in the day. By the way, I would just a personal
hard knocks for me. Hard knocks.
When they were in Cortland, New York, that's only a 30-minute drive for me. Oh, so I don't think I missed a practice. Like it was at the time where I used to work nights at a job. So I'd go in at night, 10 at night. I get home at like 8 in the morning, sleep, get up, go to the Jets practice. I don't think I missed a practice.
Oh man, that's
So I was there for 2010's Hard Knocks. I was there the entire time they were filming, the entire time everything was going on. But like you said, man, safety, they used to do 2-a-day practices. So I would be there for like 3-4 hours. I'd be at the facility, where now it's only 90 minutes, mostly stretching, mostly, it's different. The hitting used to be much different. Like,
so different. I remember working for the Rams, and they would do two a days,
oh,
and
so you know, so you know.
it was so different. It looked like I was actually watching a real game.
That's what it
It, wa-
felt like. That's what it felt.
it felt
Yep.
and just the shakiness of everything.
Yeah.
It was
I,
cool.
I do I do miss it. It was fun. But yeah, they would have a practice and then they would have like an hour break. We'd go get food,
Yeah,
we'd go do whatever, and then we'd go
yeah,
right back and they would
and go
practice
right back.
again.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
And speaking of hard hitters, that's going to be a surprise this year for me. I think it is. Salah said that Martin had a great day today. Number 54 we got from the
Jacob
Texans.
Martin, yep.
He has been doing phenomenal. I'm really
He's an
happy that
under the radar guy right there.
exactly. I'm super happy he had a good day today. I'm super happy that he is on this team. I think he was one of my favorite free agents coming in, and I think it was a steal. I'm surprised he didn't get
He
picked up
he he
sooner. In
he
my
was a
opinion.
steal. If you not many, I mean, Jacob Martin's one of those guys. Like he played for the Texans.
Yeah.
Not to completely disrespect the Texans, you can say the same thing about our Jets, but
Right.
he's just an under the radar guy player. He really is. He wasn't like a star for them or anything like that, but he
Right.
when he played, he was a motor. Like he got to the quarterback and pretty quick.
He even
And
did with us.
he did everything they
I
asked him.
he,
They did.
yeah,
He did everything they asked him to do in limited amount of snaps that he got. And when he played, I thought he was good. I think he'll be a good rotational piece for the Jets for sure. They're gonna be. You know how Salah is. He's gonna rotate
oh
these guys in and out
oh
like crazy.
keep him fresh. You got to because some coaches and offense and defensive coordinators, as you know, they just keep him out there. Like I remember Steven Jackson when I was it was just he just said just stay, just kept going, and
Rex used to
they
be like that.
exhausted him. He exhausted him.
Yeah, Rex used to be like that too.
No, for sure. And then I think it's cool that we have a lot more depth on defense, especially with the safety position. We have 9 safeties. I'm hearing great things about Joyner. I'm glad that he's getting back and fully healthy for this injury. He's been a very good influence on Davis
Yep.
and Pinnock. I know they're very high on Pinnock, and I'm very high on Ashton. But if he gets cut, like I understand, but like I love the veteran.
I don't think he'll get cut. I think he'll actually. I think as long as he's fully healthy now. Like coming in, I don't think he was fully healthy last year's camp.
Right.
What bothered me last year from him was his
Right.
angles that he would take were bad. He would take very bad angles.
Yeah.
He missed a lot of tackles.
He did.
He let a few go by him that were long touchdowns. So I'm hoping he corrects that. I don't think he'll get cut. Like I think it'll more be like an Elijah Riley,
Right.
like just one of those guys. Unfortunately, down the depth chart that I think could be on the way out. But I think Ashton will be fine.
I'm a very big
Douglas drafted him. I think we'll be, I mean it was what was Gase. Was with Gase. I don't know if it was a Douglas pick or not, but
actually it was my very good friend that I know personally, Greg Williams. Greg Williams is the one that personally got him.
oh
So
really? Okay.
yeah, so it was really cool. He was what Greg Williams said about him was he was one of those guys where he did all kinds of sports, growing up, especially in college.
Track too, right?
Right, and he had to pick one, and he was so fast, and he's one of those like dig in deep kind of guys. Went after anybody, and it was one of those Greg Williams type of guys. So fitting in the system when Salah came into play, it was I think it'll work out. But I understand they're very picky about their guys.
He led the team in interceptions last year.
I was shocked with that.
It was only like 3,
Yeah.
but I mean, hey,
there's three. But May had a good year.
I need to see more from Ashton though. Like I don't know if I want to call him out, but like I got to see more. Like I got to see you not miss angles on tackles all the time. I need you to see not give up a 60-yard touchdown. Like I just need to see a little bit more. I was not happy last year with that, but I think, we'll see.
I agree. And then the cornerbacks. I know we got Barku from the Chiefs. He only spent six months with the Chiefs. It was recently. I know he's been on other teams before. He is a cornerback. He's bringing in Joe D is bringing in guys that just loves football, works very hard. So I'm glad the competition is good there.
No, for sure. They just brought in another guy too. That he was a special teams or
Yeah,
special teamer. Yeah,
Davis, right? Is that
yeah,
his last name?
Davis,
Davis.
Davis. Yep. He's a
Punt
wide
return,
receiver. Is he a wide
wide
receiver?
receiver. Yes, but he's they're going to use him for punt returning and a kick returning as well.
Look out for Kelvin Jackson though. Kelvin
I agree.
Jackson, I don't know if he'll make the team, but he could be on the
Right.
practice squad.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think also it's going to be fun for the fans. I don't know if you're going Saturday. Are you going Saturday?
I'm going Tuesday.
Going Tuesday.
It's the second public practice. Yeah, this Saturday's the first public practice, and then Tuesday's the second public.
I think that'll be one of the biggest things I think everyone's going to see on Saturday is you're going to see a lot of like all the expectations for people, especially you going on Tuesday, that you're just going to see it. Like you're going to see what everyone's talking about. But once they get in those pads, like on Monday,
so pads are Monday. So when everybody goes Saturday, it's still going to be. That's one of the that's one of the reasons why I didn't go Saturday. I personally I got to see the pads on. Like if I'm gonna drive down because I'm in upstate New York, so if I'm gonna drive down. If I'm going to drive down there, it's a little bit of a drive for me. But so if I'm going to drive down there, then I want to see them with the pads on.
Yeah,
personally.
Oh, yeah,
they'll still have a good time Saturday and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. But if you want to get a legit like analysis of like the defensive line, offensive line, you got to see the pads on.
And I think for Saturday, it'll be cool just to see them out there together.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And then
and all the fans, yeah.
Right, and unfortunately, they're not going to have autographs for this round. Like they're not going to meet players or get autographs this round. I just saw that on Instagram recently.
Oh, really? That's new.
Yeah, it just recently just popped up.
I didn't even know that. So you're telling me not to bring my football or anything?
That was Saturday, but on Tuesday, I don't know. They haven't said anything about.
Oh, they're saying Saturday. They're not
just Saturday as of now, but you know how things change. So, but that's all I had for this one with CJ Uzama, my last one. You know, it's really cool seeing CJ talk about Zach Wilson. It's really cool seeing the veteran leadership that we have when it comes to Lincoln Tomlinson, Conklin, Uzama, Whitehead, and then Reed.
DJ Reed. Yeah.
We haven't had a lot of like really good veterans lately coming together because I know CJ Mosley. You know, I want to talk about CJ because CJ, I know he's an injury-prone guy, but I'm an Alabama guy. I loved him in Alabama. He was good with Baltimore, but the injuries, it's like he's a great locker room guy. But that first game, first game he was here, right?
I was there.
Oh, that was awesome. He has such a great. We saw a glimpse of
I was there, man. It was crazy.
And it's like
they were up 16-0 as soon as he came out. The entire atmosphere, the entire game, when you watched it, everybody could see it. It changed. It changed.
It was like a flip. I love it, and I hope he bounces back. I wish him luck with that, and I do think the big three right there with Quincy coming.
He had a really good year last year, I thought.
When he was on the field, I felt like, but he was injured too as well.
Mosley? I thought Mosley played most of last year.
He was half and half.
Yeah, because Mosley, the one thing I hope he, not correct because he does a lot of things well, is just in coverage. In coverage, I just don't want the screen passes or like with the the running back screen passes, the wheel routes. All I can't stand that. Like they got to stop giving up big plays to running backs. I can't stand that.
I agree with you.
That's not all on CJ, but I mean.
Oh yeah, no, I get that. So for you, Justin, we're talking about you a little bit.
Yeah.
So your history with the Jets, you're very big on Twitter. So what all started that for you?
What the Twitter? Well, I've been a fan since, I'm trying to think here, '96. I think it was when it started. Was that the year Keyshawn was drafted?
Mhm.
'96. Yeah. So that's when it started for me. I'm actually, like I said, I'm in upstate New York. I'm surrounded by Bills fans. My dad was a diehard Bills fan. Um,
Cool.
like
Very
diehard Bills fan. But for me, just for whatever reason, I just was attracted to I think it was one of Keyshawn was drafted. I like their jerseys a lot. I was like, oh, that green, you know.
the
I was only
Corvette.
I was
The
only like
Corvette.
8 years old, but I was attracted to it. And then Curtis Martin, when the Jets got Curtis Martin too, like my passion was growing and growing and growing. And then over the years, ever since it just grew and grew and grew. And then when it even got even higher than this was when the Jets came to Cortland. When that happened, I was like, wow, like that took my next level because then that was the first time I've ever got to see a practice. Like that's the first time I've ever seen a practice. Because as a kid and stuff, I actually never went to an NFL game, never went to an NFL practice.
Okay.
So when that happened, that like took the fandom to a whole new level, and then going down to my first games I started traveling to when I was in my early 20s and doing all that stuff. That's when it all started. The Twitter thing was just kind of random. I just
Yeah.
randomly started it up one day, and just my passion was just as obviously the Jets, and I just put how I felt on there, and it kind of grew. Got some attention with some of the videos and some of the stuff I would post or some of the stuff I would say um, to some of the players. So it kind of gained some traction and stuff. And
Oh
then
yeah.
I don't know, just the fans. I like Jets fans are awesome people, and we've dealt
Very
with so much crap, and
I know.
it's just one. It's past decade's been really rough. So just try to bond with as many other Jets fans as possible, especially living in Buffalo country. So I'm not in Buffalo, but I'm in actually outside of Syracuse.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's not. I'm actually about 2 hours from Buffalo, so I'm not that close to Buffalo. But it's there's not a lot of Jets fans here. There's a handful, but there's not many. There's more Giants fans than Jets fans up here.
Man, I'm with you. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm surrounded by Chiefs, Bears, Cowboys, Rams. It's a lot of mixtures here.
Yeah,
And when
there's a
I go,
lot of like Cowboys,
yeah,
Eagle. There's a lot of Eagles fans because Donovan McNabb was quarterback for Syracuse.
oh,
Growing up, he was fun as hell to watch. When I would go, I went to a lot of games at the Carrier Dome.
oh, cool.
So I would watch all of those. I saw a lot of Chandler Jones because he was the Syracuse edge rusher.
True that.
So I saw him play. I was actually at the game where he sacked Gino like 4 or 5 times. Um, the West Virginia game, that was crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah, so yeah, the fandom really got, like I said, as strong as possible. Was Cortland for sure for me because that was when I got first glimpse of them, the players up close.
that's really cool. And congratulations to Geno Smith, the guy inducted in the West Virginia Hall of Fame over
Yep,
there. And also Klecko. He's in the top
he's
12
a
now
finalist. He's a
for
finalist.
finalists. Finalists
Hmm.
for
We're
12.
hoping he makes it. He deserves
I
it.
Oh, he 100% deserves
All
that.
pro at 3 different positions.
I know. It's hard to find that kind of guy now. It's it I
Nose tackle, defensive tackle, edge. He did everything. Like obviously, I wasn't around during his games or anything like that. But if you just put
Yeah.
YouTube exists, you just pop that on. I actually have old DVDs of games and stuff too, so I would throw that on, and he was just the sack exchange. If I was around or watching games when they were killing it, man, I can't even imagine the excitement then.
I'm a huge Mark Gaston fan, and I love Klecko as well because I'm a huge Sack Exchange fans, and I would watch just YouTube videos nonstop of
Oh
them,
yeah, I've seen.
and
Yeah,
and not only that, my dad's friend always brought me Jets DVDs and stuff, and I would just watch him, Joe Namath,
oh
you know,
yeah, yeah.
Todd, all those guys.
Like I know some older gentlemen that has told me some tons of stories when they would watch them and stuff.
Yeah,
I try to keep in touch with many diehard Jets fans as I possibly can. So hearing all the
same
different
here.
stories from everybody,
Oh,
so their point of view when they watch them live and stuff. So it's cool. It's a
it's
different era. Obviously,
yeah,
we're younger. I'm 34. You're going to be 30 at the game, right? Or
I'll be so I'm gonna be 30 in August, but I'm booked for my 30th birthday. My wife and family set it up to where I can go to the home opener.
Yeah, that's
So
awesome. But growing up, the Jets were good. The Jets were good.
I agree.
They were good with Pennington. They were good with Vinny. They were when they had Curtis, they had Wayne, they had Keyshawn. You know, the defense was fun to watch. I mean, they had John Abraham. He came in for a little bit there. We actually had an edge rusher. There was exciting times, man, and they were good growing up. And then and then we got the 2009, which was a big surprise. We were like, holy cow, the Jets are for real. And then 2010 was the year that I thought they'd win the Super Bowl, but didn't happen.
Brett Favre, right? Or was it Sanchez?
Well, I'm saying 2009 was the year they drafted Mark.
Okay, and
then they made it to the AFC Championship game, but I wasn't expecting anything really out of that year. 2010 is really what I thought they were going to win the Super Bowl.
I thought the Favre year they were.
The Favre, yeah, 2000 that was 2008. Yeah, the year before Sanchez.
And then when Sanchez came, when we had LT and Jason Taylor, I thought we were too, especially with Damian Woody.
Well, I just thought because I thought with the guys returning, they were all young. They were just came off an AFC Championship. Then they got Braylon Edwards. So when they got Braylon, and then you put him with Santonio Holmes,
right?
They got LT, like you said, Jason Taylor for that year.
Green, Winslow. I mean, Damian Woody, Chris Jenkins. I mean, Cromartie and Reed.
I have a Chris Jenkins story real quick. When I was in Cortland, there was this one fan. Like I said, I was there every day. There was this one fan that like 3 or 4 days in a row, he would wear his Jason Taylor Dolphins jersey to practice. Like 3 or 4 days in a row, he would still wear this Dolphins jersey. And all these Jets fans, I don't think I ever heckled them, but all these Jets fans would heckle the shit out of him. If it's a family thing, my bad. But they would heckle him. And Chris Jenkins, one day, it was hilarious. One day he turned around, he looked at this guy, and he goes, take that shit off. He goes, that does not belong here. Take that shit off and get out of practice. and he said it loud. He said it really loud. Like a lot of the players heard. Like it was so funny. And then the guy was like so shocked that he said that. And then Jenkins started laughing and then just turned around and ran back to his individual drill. But it was so funny. He was hilarious. He was one of the funniest guys I've ever seen.
And especially him coming from the Panthers, that was so huge. Especially when we got Jason Taylor, it was just, and even LT, like LT and Jason Taylor were like some of my favorite players growing up, and especially being a diehard Jets fan, I called it the in the closet Jets fan because I worked for the Rams. So it was one of those things. It was one of those things where I couldn't say I was a Jets fan, but my dad. So I got the job through my dad. My dad was a video guy for 25 years.
That's awesome.
He went to England as well with the Patriots, and basically the Patriots, and Rams looked good for one drive, and then Brady just took over. So, but my Jet story is I was a flag guys on the field and stuff, and that's when we had like Tebow and stuff came in, and I was rooting for the wrong team at some point.
I gotcha.
It was so funny because I saw Sanchez up close, saw a lot of those guys up close. It was really
it changes your point of view when you see these guys.
Oh, for sure, especially what they go through on a day-to-day process. And then, but I want to ask you what expectations this year, and also the guys in training camp. What would be a big time surprise for offense and defense when it comes to anyone specific?
A good surprise or bad surprise?
Both.
All right. A good surprise for the offense. It's got to be surprise, nothing expected.
Exactly. Because I know you love Breece Hall.
Because I think he's winning Rookie of the Year. I really do. Like I strongly feel that way.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a big surprise here. I think the tight ends are going to play a huge role. I don't think that's a surprise, though, but I do think the tight ends are going to be very involved.
Agreed.
The surprise Denzel Mims. He's my surprise. I've been so high on Mims. I wanted him badly out of Baylor. He was
Me
the
too.
he was the jump ball contested specimen that I wanted out of Baylor. Joe Douglas missed him, and then he traded for him and still got him anyways. And then I thought he had a fantastic rookie year when he played. And then 2020, he gets hit with COVID. He gets hit with a stomach bug.
Yeah.
He gets hit with. I mean, I don't want to put that. I don't want to put all excuses, but yeah, he had a rough year
And the
last year.
food poisoning. And the food poisoning.
Food poisoning, yeah, not stomach. But yeah, so he had a rough year last year. You could tell he looked kind of clueless out there. I'm not gonna lie. I
Yeah.
don't I don't know if he fully knew the all the plays and stuff like that, or his exact job to a T like he maybe should have. But this year seems like he knows it. He's in crazy good shape so far. Him and Flacco are building great chemistry. But a surprise for me would Mims taking that next step, and then eventually being our guy that takes over once Corey's gone.
Right.
So Mims for me taking over and cementing himself as a legit weapon for Zach. Surprise on defense. I'm gonna go Quincy Williams. I think a surprise for me is Quincy Williams having a great year next to CJ, and now you're gonna throw in Kwon too, but
Yeah.
I think Quincy. I think he'll learn a lot from Kwon, especially in coverage. Quincy, a lot of his issues last year were just put your head up, man. Just look up, like get in position, look up. He would just overrun, over pursue, and he would just miss opportunities on interceptions and stuff like that. So he would be a surprise for me. I'm usually not going to be negative. So I don't have any negative stuff I want to throw out there, to be honest with you. It's
Yeah,
all
cool.
positive vibes, especially if Salah's got the shirt on.
I know, right? I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I love it. What about our record? Do you think
Oh, record. Oh, yeah.
playoff?
You said expectations. Yeah. I'm I'm being a little cautiously optimistic only because of the record.
I
I'm sorry, not record. I'm only because of their schedule. Their schedule is brutal. Um,
yeah.
7 or 8 wins, I'd say. I'm expecting at least 7 or 8 wins. If they can be a wild card team at 10 wins, fantastic. They exceeded my expectations. Um, I don't. I know CJ Mosley has said playoffs are bust.
Yeah.
I really don't feel that way right now. I mean, I don't. I mean, we're still such a young team. Um, I mean, just look at the division right now. It's not getting any easier.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look across the league, and like they said, the schedule is brutal. My expectations will be much higher in 2023, to be honest with you. That's the third year in the system for those guys. But I would say 7 or 8 wins. Not to ramble on here.
Oh no, no. I appreciate the time and everything that you have said. And I think going forward, I think what the Jets have done for the last 3 years is getting to this point. Like we finally have a great GM, we have a great
Yep.
coach, we have a great coaching staff. As long as Zach, this year with Zach, and also with the rookies, second year rookies, all the veterans we brought in, the talent.
The veterans are going to help. The veterans are going to help this team reach new heights. Like I know a lot of it's going to fall on Zach, but it's not all on Zach. Like I think the veterans are going to take, like, having tight ends that can play
It helps
is such
tremendous.
a huge thing for a young quarterback.
Especially with Burrow with Uzama.
I was
Like
just going to say that, and then
the Super Bowl.
he had that other tight end. I forget his name there, but
Conklin.
no, I'm talking about for Burrow. And then
Oh,
he had all his weapons he had too, all his receivers. So I think Zach is going to be a much different quarterback this year, and I think he's in the right headspace. I think he's got his confidence and his swagger that he had at BYU back. I don't think Zach really, to me, he didn't really have that. Not that he wasn't confident. I don't think he was absorbing so much in his first year, and there's so many things happening at once. I think now that he's had a full off season of just ball and not have to worry about the draft, not have to worry about what city I'm moving to, I just think it's going to help him out big time.
I think it. I 100% agree, and I think this year, what I want to see is just we fight till the end, and everyone just keeps getting better. And I feel like 2023 the end of this year and going in 2023.
That's when they.
That's
That's when
what
I think the Jets
is going to be big.
become. I think that's when they start to become perennial playoff team. 2023 and on is when I see them like not missing the playoffs for a while. As long as they keep building and they keep adding to what they already have. They have a really good young core right now. And they have a lot of cap that Joe has managed to get out of, like the mess. There's no bad contracts. He has outs on almost every contract that's been given out. He has an out if something happens, he can get out of it. Yeah, sky's the limit for this team, man. This year is when they, I think, change the narrative and they surprise a lot of people. But 2023 and on is when they're just consistently making the playoffs.
I couldn't agree more. Things are going up. The sky's the limit for this team on what the expectations can be, and just overall the culture and the environment, and no drama, and everyone is
players want to come now. They want to come now. Like there's a legit established good locker room now.
Yeah,
Conklin has said it. He's already built more relationships in the first couple months that he's been a Jet than his entire 3 or 4 year career. With the Vikings. So CJ wanted to come to New York. I know money talks, but so does the market. So does having Zach Wilson. It's not. He didn't even. I think he, in my opinion, it was a team friendly contract. To be honest with you, I think CJ might have gotten a little bit more elsewhere. But yeah, I mean, people want to come play now, man. I mean, look at Kwon Alexander. There was other teams that wanted him. Not saying he's going to be, back to a Pro Bowler like he once was, but he chose to come. So it's all you can ask for. It's great to see.
And we're gonna welcome him with open arms. We're in New York. We want to win so bad, and the community is strong. Just like you. Like I've been loving to get to know you and everything.
Yeah, absolutely, Gino. It's been a lot of fun, man. I mean, they're like social media has brought together so many fans where it was never once like that. Like when I would go to Cortland, it was all word of mouth, meeting people that way. Actually, that's how some of the friends like I talk to now, where I met back in Cortland. But now that social media is around, it's brought people together. People live in different states. You can root for your team. Like it's getting to a point now where
even in Europe.
Well, I was gonna say it's getting a point now. You can stream everything. Like you can stream every single game. If you want to pick a team, any city, you can watch any game. There's no blackouts. There's no restrictions as long as you pay for that type of service or if you stream it, whatever you do. But 10, 15 years ago, you couldn't do that. If you weren't in the local market before NFL Sunday Ticket, you couldn't watch those games. It's a much different world now.
And
you're going to see more Jets fans because of this. The younger generation, it's all going to be. You're going to see a lot more.
The sky is the limit. So Justin, I appreciate you being on the show, man. Really great getting to know you. Where can we find you?
At J Gray at J Gray Jets on Twitter, on Instagram. Only 2 places right now. Maybe you'll venture to YouTube. We'll see. But right now, just Twitter and Instagram. But I appreciate your time, Gino, for sure.
Oh, awesome. I appreciate that. All right, guys, you can everything NYJ on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll be getting more updates on training camp for this weekend, including tomorrow, and also next week. We'll be back to Mondays and Wednesdays. Tuesdays, I will be on Gangrene, Germany this Tuesday.
Tuesday, look for my page. I'll be there. Like I said, I'll be posting videos, pictures of analysis of what I've seen up close and personal from a fan's perspective and not a reporter's perspective. So just keep an eye out for that on Tuesday.
Great, man. Yeah, dude. I'm looking forward to it. I love seeing your stuff. It's always good. And then also guys, thank you for all the fans that supported everything MYJ, supported Justin Gray as well.
Thank you.
Leave a comment, like, subscribe. We're growing every day. We're a family here. The Jets community is strong, like Justin says and stuff.
Big year for this guy. Big year for this guy.
We love our team. We love our team so much. Justin, thank you, buddy.
Thanks, Gino.
See you later, guys.